Hey guys, I just wanted to respond to a few of the blog posts or vlogs that I found really interesting. And the first one was Rachel, just because, like I did, she related it back to volleyball, which is something that I can relate with, especially going back to basketball. But in terms of basketball, we've seen a lot of captains, named captains, who really don't deserve it, don't really embody what it means to be a captain. They've started more drama, really just worried about themselves, pushing themselves to the top, and not really bringing the team with them. Um, a lot of the times, they're worried about their closest friends on the team and not worried about everybody on the team and keeping chemistry. So that's just kind of a similarity I saw between um, our two blogs. And then actually, she touched on something with bosses where she didn't really see them as bosses, and that's something that I've seen when I worked at Chipotle. The boss was kind of partying with us and acted like almost like he was like a college kid, and I lost a lot of respect for him, and I felt like I was more of a boss and manager and leader than he was a lot of times. And then I went on to Tommy's, and I really liked what he said about transformational leaders. I definitely agree that leaders should start from the bottom because I think it kind of shows you the process, and the process is really what molds you. Um, I don't know, but that's just one thing I've really found interesting. Um, and one thing that I've seen a lot of issues with just from what I've witnessed, but leaders being pulled up too young, too fast, and I don't know, I think it just really ruins the process essentially. Like I said before, that leaders have to go through and have to endure. They have to go through pressure and stuff that mold them into a better leader, and that's just something that I think has really been missing from society as a whole. And then I went down to Maddie's, and I really wanted to touch on Maddie's just because, like I've talked about before, same with Rachel, we all had a class together. So I think it's really interesting to see different perspectives on how they've gone through these classes. Um, but Maddie touched on checking in with people, and me staying in Fredericksburg this summer, I can't tell you how much it means to check in with even old coworkers that I used to work with at Chipotle. And they've always told me I have a place to come back to work, so just that little checking in on somebody bit, I mean, that goes a long way because a lot of people have lost sight of that. And even going off of that, like, thank you cards. I can't remember the last time somebody wrote a thank you card. And there's a funny story on my team that I don't know if anybody knows her, but Kelsey, when she came for an overnight trip, when she was looking at the school, she wrote Megan an overnight or a thank you card for keeping her on her overnight visit. And Megan still saved that letter because it's just something that happens so few and far between. And that's something that's a little bit sad because it's a little, society seems a little disingenuous now because we're so connected through other forms. But I think getting a thank you card is probably one of the most sincere forms that you can get. But um, and then she also talked about leaders finding a balance with intimidating and fun and happy. And I think that's key because if you have an intimidating leader, you really don't have fun while you're working, and vice versa. If you're having too much fun, which I would relate back to kind of the Zappos article, it seems a little bit like too much fun. Um, then how much work is actually getting done. And then I also just wanted to touch on um, Taylor's blog because I just thought it was interesting how she did it a little differently, having the pictures and having her voice in the background. I don't know. I just thought it was really creative and kind of a different way of thinking of things. Um, but I really enjoyed seeing everybody's vlog. I really enjoyed having class with you guys, and hope you guys have a great summer.